In the end, the governor will come around and support me because I'm the logical person to follow him, and so I'm not worried about that at all.
Even without his endorsement, Paul Renner is hopeful he'll take over when Governor DeSantis terms out.
You can't tell the story of the legacy of Governor DeSantis without telling the story of the 2 years when I was presiding officer in the House. It was considered the most conservative and transformational 2 years, really, I think, in Florida history.
DeSantis has called the former Speaker of the House's bid for governor ill-advised. DeSantis has not endorsed anyone to follow him. Some say that points to a possible run by his wife, Casey. And President Trump endorsed Congressman Byron Donalds months ago. Renner doesn't think that will be a deal-breaker for voters.
At the end of the day, people will look at that, but what I think they're really asking is three things. Who do I trust? Who has the leadership background to sit as governor of the state of Florida, and who's delivered results?
Renner feels he has the background to deliver those results.
20 years in the military, state prosecutor, successful Speaker of the House. People want a leader, not a proxy, and stand on their own and deliver results.
He's branding himself as a warrior that can do something about the things that concern us most, like the soaring cost of insurance.
We took on litigation abuse, and we also held insurers accountable. We focused on consumers, period. And as a result of that, we've seen at least a stabilization of homeowners. It's not there yet, but it's going in the right direction at least. And automobile insurance is actually going down. There's nothing going down in price anywhere in the country, including auto insurance. But in Florida, it's going down in some cases by 10 or 11%.
He says that because of policies he helped craft while in Tallahassee, insurance will become more affordable.
It will continue to be even more positive because of reforms that I led as Speaker that people said you're never going to beat the special interest. The trial lawyers are too strong. The insurers are going to fight you over here. We did the right thing by consumers to protect them, so insurers do the right things, and lawyers don't have 100,000 garbage lawsuits that are driving up all of our costs, and that's what was happening.
According to autoinsurance.com, the average rate for the state's top 5 auto insurers has gone down 6.5% this year.
Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Monday, September 8th. A violent outburst at a Palm Coast liquor store has landed a New York man behind bars. Deputies say 38-year-old Jeffrey Kimmel caused more than $20,000 in damage at Sharp's Discount Liquors after a clerk refused to sell him more alcohol. Witnesses told deputies Kimmel jumped on the counter, hurled bottles, and forced staff and customers to lock themselves in the back. Sheriff Rick Staley says deputies moved in.
The New York man must have really wanted a drink really bad. He went into Sharp's Liquor, and when they refused to serve him or let him buy any more liquor, he then jumped up, started tearing at the store, doing about $20,000 in damage. Deputies got there, and he continued to tear up the store, was ultimately escorted outside, where he violently resisted arrest. He found out in Florida, we don't tolerate activity like that.
Kimmel now faces multiple felony charges, including burglary with assault, resisting arrest with violence, and 8 counts of battery on law enforcement officers.
He also found out that we're not a catch and release state, so he's in jail under bond. It's a great job by our deputies controlling this violent encounter.
He remains at the Sheriff Perry Hall detention facility on a $236,000 bond. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, conveniently located right off I-95 at exit 311.
Neither a buyer's market nor a seller's market, just a soft market.
Real Estate Matters host Toby Tobin gives an update on the Flagler County housing market.
Tobin says median prices remain steady, even though, as of August, fewer homes are reported sold, 180 this year compared to 259 last year.
The median price, we're still holding steady at $365. Last August, median price $355.
There are currently people out there willing to spend big money on homes. The luxury segment, meaning over $1 million, remains active.
4 homes have closed so far, 2 of them for cash.
As far as the other end of the spectrum, below $250,000.
Only 4 homes, but 3 of those are cash, so supporting the theory that it's probably investors.
Homes pending is steady right now.
334, pretty much where it was a week ago. Homes listed, 1,378, pretty much where it was a week ago.
Palm Coast building permits are up from previous weeks, but still lagging from this time last year.
62 had been issued, but it was only half that just a week ago. But that compares to 251 permits issued over the entire county a year ago, so we're running behind on permits.
Tobin senses the market may be near a turning point.
The Gindex is, and it's named after Bobby Ginn, but it's the ratio between listings and pending sales. And normally that's around 2.5. Just a couple months ago it was 4.9. Now it's down to 4.1. So I'm starting to see and actually hear people say that they think things are turning the corner.
Listen to Real Estate Matters with host Toby Tobin every Sunday morning at 9:30 or anytime on the Flagler Radio app. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Liz Ryan.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Licio with your WNZF local sports update.
Football County was on the road Friday night. Rich Carroll and I were with the FPC Bulldogs at Daytona Stadium, where they faced the Mainland Buccaneers. Looking into the setting sun didn't affect the Bulldogs on the opening series. Ajay in the backfield, 3 receivers to the right of Birchfield. Back to throw, pressure coming, hit as he throws, over the middle, complete! Jacobelli, touchdown Bulldogs! Logan Jacobelli, 34 yards for the FPC touchdown, and they take a 6-0 lead. On 3rd and 10, Caden Birchfield threw his 5th touchdown pass of the year to Logan Jacobelli to cap a 9-play, 72-yard drive. On the ensuing possession, Mainland marched down the field with ease, but the Bulldog defense stood tall. Simmons in motion, play action, Johnson looking over the middle, knocked away by Andrews, ball up in the air, intercepted! Taiwan Andrews tipped the Sebastian Johnson pass, and Josiah Hathaway alertly snagged it for the turnover. Josh Dudley had a 1-yard touchdown run late in the quarter for the Bucks, but FPC led 7-6 after 1. Late in the second, former Bulldog Braylon Simmons scored on a 2-yard run to give Mainland a 14-7 advantage at the half. Sebastian Johnson scored from 1 yard out to make it 21-7 on the opening drive of the third. The Bucks went into the fourth quarter on an 18-play, 67-yard drive, finished by a Sebastian Johnson touchdown pass. FPC falls to 1-2 with a 28-7 loss. They look to rebound at Lake Brantley this Friday. Cole Walker completed 28 of 35 passes for 3 touchdowns and 285 yards in the Pirates' 40-14 win over Deltona. His 80% completion percentage breaks Al Quasi-Spencer's 14-year-old single-game school record. Wiley Connor ran for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ladarian Baker had 99 receiving. Cooper May had a 91-yard interception return for a touchdown, and Jack Ferguson had 2 sacks. Coach Matt Forrest says his team continues to climb.
I think our program is elite. I'm very proud of what we've been able to build here year in, year out, and I think we're a really good football program, and I believe it tonight that we're still a really good football program.
The Pirates will be in Duval Friday against Andrew Jackson. Our next broadcast will be September 19th when the Seabreeze Sand Crabs board the ship to battle the Matanzas Pirates. WNZF is your home for local sports with updates Mondays and Fridays. From the Sports Desk, I'm Mike Licio.